I'll settle for lust because I can't feel love. I'll settle because his warm, ripped body pressed onto mine feels so fine on this flesh. His sweat drips mixes with mine from that heat off our chest makes undress the outfit my skin feels at best in as he carefully caressed his body in perfect time, continuously giving me more, never less. But you see, it's my soul's conscience that feels the test. Temptation is that test that I fail as the sensation fills my head into the land of fairy tale. I become weak and frail for this smell. Buy into all those sweet lines that he sells. Get happy the off time that he bells. The many times he made girls' cheekbones swell and how he just knows how to make my toes curl. Thinking, this could be more than just a thing. Be one of those things in which my heart gets sucked in instead of thrown aside and placed right down in the bin because being a bit on the side, translation meaning, this is just a lust thing, so I can't win. I guess I will just go on and settle, because I played helpless in his arms. Ignoring all alarms made my heart and mind unarmed so they were easily defeated by his charm. As if to say he put a spell on me to make girl charmed. But it was all my wrongdoing. Getting easily sprung for a guy, gluing myself onto a guy who was just screwing with my brain for a screw to entertain. I'll satisfy his wet dreams, my daydreams fly high to the sky, cause on earth, daydreams are merely meaningless bypass time. Used to save myself from confronting that truth again, that this is just a lust thing, so I can't win. You see, I'm the one that allowed myself to be taken. Mind, body, soul, all shaken, so it's promises to myself that I'm breaking. With my promiscuous endeavors, I endeavor in. I'm constantly measuring how far I can actually go with him until he does something stupid like actually falls in love with him. But you see, this is just a lust thing, yeah. I find him so untrusting, so being in love must be too far to reach. I'll stretch myself so far, give all my time and energy, but love's too far to meet. From my past to others, I should teach, but in present day, all of that from my head just seems to leak. Try take on that role of that independent woman and dare myself to leave, retrieve any pride I have left, but this chemistry leaves this sexual relief that thieves every opportunity. With him, we revise each other's biology, so I stop thinking logically because not only physically but mentally, I become attached. And it wasn't intentionally, but it was inevitably as that attraction made its match. So now my mind is chopped onto you and I can't think before I do. And my actions I can't bear. Tear myself up inside every time I remember an intimate moment that we shared, every time I stopped and gave a damn and cared. Wish I could have the plan and act like the man and then leave him stranded, because then maybe I could understand, but all the attention I demanded wasn't the position that he had landed in. Now, here in reality, living life's brutality, telling myself again that this is just a lust thing, so I can't win. Thank you for listening. It's amazing to see how much that natural hair movement has grown over time. But you still get people saying ignorant lines like, not all black girls can wear natural hair. That saying had me replaying that memory when I first told my aunt I was going to stop using relaxer. She looked at me with a strange face to say, why the change? I don't understand. Afros are hard to maintain or even attract a man, I guess. I guess you can call me that rebel child, because that gave me more ammunition to go against a system that had ingrained her brain with a false proclaim that my natural self was a problem, something to resist. I insist it was for myself and my health, so when young black girls say we are fearfully and wonderfully made, it will be played and replayed in our minds so much you will never feel inclined to conformity. It scorns me to know we still show self-hatred in places we're not ready to admittedly face yet. hair is just one of them. But in this one, I won't back down. I wear my hair fitted like a crown on purpose, unapologetic of our status. We are queens. It seems I had to change my way of thinking for my unborn child so she can look in the mirror and see her natural self as ordinary. No shame, not that extraordinary experiment to explore. Mothers, remember your face will be that first face your daughter comes to adore. So please be an example and open that door to her mind, because we are in a mental war. When I say we are in a mental war, it's with the ideology that's been stored in our minds and attacked us since birth. Time to be reborn and challenge that concept of beauty on this earth, I pray. I pray my child will not have to use her hair as a shield in that battlefield. I pray she never needs to wear the lies of a Western disguise to be seen as a precious ruby in my eyes, because we are queens. And please don't get this confused or misunderstood. Because I love being creative and different with my hair. So please continue to rock all the different hairstyles out there if you care. But if you can't stand that stare when your hair is laid bare, it will be you that tears us down. Hair is a black girl's trade. We were created with our hair before being colonized or made into slaves. Black women introduced braids, locks, straighteners, and weaves. Madam C.J. Walker, that black hair businesswoman, that first American millionaire woman, a beautiful legacy she leaves. Black woman paved the way. Black woman came and changed that game. So when that whitewash world try and claim boxer braids as their own, please remember, black girl, with African hairstyles, we own that throne. Never let it be shame that's shown, or you try to disown the history that sits in the hearts of our homes. Don't you dare simply sit there and moan about culture appropriation. Remember your position, because we are queens. So this event is regarding Black mental health. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. It's a subject I don't easily talk about. I get quite nervous ever speaking about it, because when I was younger in my life, I have a close family member that dealt with or deals with mental health. And when I was younger, me being a Nigerian young little girl, is a subject we're kind of taught to kind of throw under the rug. There wasn't material available at that time of what meant for mental health. You hear people say, oh, it's because he's doing drugs, it's because he's drinking. And when he goes into that system of getting arrested, then going to a mental home, then coming out, and then the same thing happening over and over again, I struggled with that. If anybody has a family member or a close friend that's going through either areas of depression or mania, you want the best for that family member, but also you yourself are going through it mentally. And it really saddened me that there wasn't any material, any support for me at a young age. So I'm so thankful for events like this. And I'm so thankful that more and more people are coming out and talking about it. Because even though I might be like, oh yeah, I have experience, I don't easily talk about this subject at all, because it is still something that I think I'm processing at the age I'm at now. But one thing, this is so short. You'd be like, oh, that's really short. But in this lockdown, I have been working on a collection of poetry, which I'm so excited about. It's gonna come out next year. Woo! Elite. It's so elite. And it's been a really interesting journey, because I'm used to like performing. To actually have people read my stories a bit different. So when it comes out next year, just follow a minute to support me if you can, if you find it interesting. And this is an area that I can't ignore. I think, again, I'm so thankful for organizations that support this area. And it's a very short snippet from an extract from the book, from the manuscript. It hasn't been edited yet, so it might change by next year. But I wanted to share with you guys, especially because what the event was about. And I'm going to read it because the book's long and I don't know everything from the book. It's called He's Okay. As my understanding of your condition heightened, I was enlightened that it wasn't always your fault, that you had uncontrollable thoughts. In your past, you fought demons. It seemed that your mental health was inevitable, your history incredible. Alcohol stalled the process, so I understood the addiction, but then death becomes the prediction, and I refuse to allow that to be your life's rendition. So how can I save you when every time I speak, I have to be brave too? So thank you guys for listening and having me.